many papers examining Tyler Perry's toxic relationship with black women. This one titled Take Your Place, Rhetorical Healing in Black Womanhood by Dr. Tamika L. Carey of University of Virginia. And I like this one because it provides a pretty solid summation of all the things that I also think are wrong with how Tyler Perry engages with black women. At best, what he does is misguided. At worst, it's manipulative and cynical. Carey writes in her intro,
"Yet as numerous black Christian women continually support his films, and as Perry defends his representations of black womanhood with the claim that, quote, as long as people walk away from my shows feeling better, whichever way I lure them to hear that message, so be it, key questions remain. What, for example, are the themes, images, and arguments Perry uses to appeal to black women viewers? Further, how can we make sense of Perry's insistence that his message, one we can assume is influenced by his goal of healing, justifies his characterization of certain black female characters as incomplete without a man?"
Using some of Tyler Perry's movies, Carey points out multiple tropes in this same vein around how black women should be healed according to Tyler Perry. The necessity for black women to return home and re-engage with domestic and family service in order to be safe, that their real power is in their position under man and under the church. The not-so-subtle glorification of blue-collar men, which isn't wrong in isolation. There's definitely an issue of classism that happens in black spaces, especially around dating. But it mostly comes with the implication that black women need to lower their standards and not be so big-headed about what they think they deserve and include working-class men in their romantic options, which is wrong on so many levels because black women are more likely than any other group in America to date and marry men below their socioeconomic and education status. Tyler also consistently presents women's rightful anger at the ways they've been treated as inappropriate and a barrier to their alleged healing. Carey goes into how in A Diary for a Mad Black Woman, the main character Helen is abused and mistreated to an almost cartoonish degree, of course by her dark-skinned rich black husband, culminating in her being kicked out of the home, requiring her to move back with her grandmother Medea, and in the process she meets the legendary light-skinned man with cornrows,
"Excuse me, may I rake your leaves?"
who must now brace against all of her misplaced anger and bitterness in order to get the opportunity for him to heal her with his love, abs, and cornrows. Carey goes on to state,
"What makes this attempt to identify with black female viewers through the Helen character problematic is that it teaches viewers to see women's assertive behavior as a potential justification for intervention, and to measure women's behavior according to a code that privileges heterosexual Christian men. For example, when Orlando tells Helen that he chose to reject the bitterness of his own heartbreak, his confession works to enforce the code that women must rise above mistreatment and get over it. Helen has no excuse for mistreating Orlando. Thus, in her rejection of his marriage proposal in favor of honoring her commitment to Charles, viewers see a threat to the continuation of the black family that Perry's rhetoric of healing resolves. When women like Helen are unable to see love, honor, or choose the good Christian men in front of them, families suffer and communities regress."
The message is clear here. Fulfillment and healing for black women is almost always an external thing. It's in a man, it's in the home, it's in the church, but seldom within the power of black women themselves, unless they're giving that power up to a male-ran institution. And you might think that this, like the colorism stuff, is something that Perry improved upon in later movies, but not really. Almost 20 years later with Divorce in Black, we have a film with almost the exact same story beats and structure as Diary of a Mad Black Woman. A doting, beautiful black woman is married to an awful black man, this time just brown skin, so we do have that one fix. He divorces her, she moves back home to her country roots, where she's reintroduced to an old flame with big biceps, who's a blue-collar good Christian man looking for a good black woman to heal with his love. We do get a few changes, most interestingly being the fact that the evil ex-husband at least has some backstory and explanation. There's even suggested that he should go to therapy. Unfortunately, the end of the movie makes that impossible. So while the details are a bit different, we're still telling the same story of healing, where the healing hinges on all these external factors. What Tyler characterizes as healing stories are really often moralistic parables about what happens to Black women when they wander away from their appropriate paths and suffer as a result, and then return to their appropriate path for healing and greater fulfillment by low-key giving up the things they dreamed about in the first place. According to Tyler Perry's ethos in his films, the appropriate path is always at home with a man in a servile role. Black women who dare to stray from the normative Christian wife role are punished and depicted as fallen and evil. For example, going back to Daddy's Little Girls, we have our first true female lead villain from Perry and Tasha Smith as Jennifer. And Jennifer is just as cartoonishly evil as the Black male villains that we see from Tyler Perry. She emasculates and undermines her hardworking ex-good man right into the arms of Gabrielle Union's character while she runs the streets with a local drug dealer.
This is your mother's funeral, and you know she wanted these girls to go with him. Jennifer, you know it. You out hoeing around with these thugs. She didn't want these girls around all of this foolishness.
Let me tell you something, Rita. All right, these are my kids. Do you hear me? You ain't just gonna take them from me.
Tasha uses her financial superiority to take his kids away from him and shows herself almost immediately to be a neglectful and corrupting force to her daughters, offering her 12-year-old daughter alcohol as she vaguely suggests pushing her into prostitution.
Baby, you're old enough to understand some things, okay? All right? Now, you ain't gonna just be sitting around here living off of me. Look at me. It's time for you to start your own hustle. No.
The film, of course, ends with her and her drug dealer husband heading to prison. While heavy-handed, you could reason that Jennifer is deserving of her fate, but it still implies that her corruption is due to the deviation she made from the ordained path of Black women, and she's not the only one in these types of character roles. In The Family That Prays, Tyler's other attempt at crossover prestige drama, Sanaa Lathan plays Andrea, a toxic, self-serving, ungrateful, and disrespectful woman. She makes the grievous mistake of being both emasculating and adulterous to her God-fearing working-class Black man, and at the height of their conflict, when she reveals that she has been unfaithful to him, he backhand slaps her with enough force to send her flying over the table. While seen as a dramatic and intense moment and not necessarily played for laughs, it is definitely meant to be something cathartic for the audience who would have come to hate her up to this point for her actions. So violence and abuse toward women is wrong in Tyler Perry's films, unless they deserve it. But probably the grossest example of Tyler Perry punishing Black women for getting out of line is from the movie Temptation in 2013. This movie is one of those joints where the story happens in the past and someone's telling the story to us in the present. So we have this woman talking about her friend's fall from too much temptation. Sit down, you're in for a treat. We have
Okay. I almost ended stream. Holy shit. Hello, hello. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. It's a little too far. Oh God, why? Oh, that's why it wasn't straight up. Sorry, I'm fixing this. Ugh. How we doing? I need a new camera stand because this one's a little lopsided. Okay though, how you doing? How we doing today? Damn, I see a lump on my head. Alrighty. Hi, how are we? Let's just do my checks. Is chat working fine? Check. Why is there... There's like a, You ever like stand in like the right angle of like a wall or something and you kind of hear a little bit of an echo? Not echo, but like a reverberation. I'm hearing that in my room right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's the direction that I'm talking. Yeah, I like hear like an after effect. It's not going to be able to be picked up on this, I'm pretty sure. But either way, how's it going? Welcome back. This stream is going to be a little bit shorter. I'm kind of just going to blaze through these chapters so I can spend a little bit more time maybe talking about them, but also because my lady leaves for a girls trip tomorrow, so I want to spend the night with her. So yeah, yesterday we covered chapters 7 through 14. Today we're going to cover chapters 15 through 22. And then tomorrow night, we'll be ready for Modulo's scan release, or even what would I call it? What is it called? The the scan release. And if not, I'll just wait till Sunday. Oh, yeah, 4 days away. All right, let's just make sure we're good to go here. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get the mic off, so we're good to go. All right. Let's see, where did we start off? React. Oh, there you go. That's why my camera was positioned a little weird. So yeah, welcome back. My name is Weekly Shonen, and today we will be continuing our journey through Jjk Modulo. Modello. We're running with the gag, Modello. I learned that a modulo is what's left over after you divide something. So like, I don't know, the example my girl gave me was 15 goes into, or 5 goes into 18 3 times. The modulo of that is 3. Not because it goes into it 3 times, but because 3 is left over. So you learn something new every day. Oh, it's like slightly... Yeah, there you go. Now we are leveled. Now we are good to go. Okay. Hold on, let me just double check. Okay, so it's the it's the white from the pages that's making me a little too white-skinned. So it doesn't seem like something I can avoid unless I invert my screen. So yeah, let's just jump into it. The last chapter we covered, Yuka was about to start her fight against Dabura, and these two just started battling it out. Tsurugi and Maru. So we'll see where we go after that. Yuka is not... she's not... I was going to say not prepared, but she's not suited to fight Dabura. Not in terms of strength, just more so... she's clearly like it's like going into a fight with a fever, you know? Unless she's Jordan, flu game Jordan, I don't see this working out for her. Would you like to use this after all? Thanks, Mino. Okay, we got this. Oh, look, I lucked out again. So I used I was just looking for like any cover art for this this stream's thumbnail, and I just happened to. I swear to God, I'm not doing this on purpose. I think I chose the cover art because I had Maru and Tsurugi on it, but I'm pretty. Yeah, there you go. It just happens to be the cover art for 15. Lucky me, lucky me. Wow, wow. Oh, look, his sword. Then we're on page 4. We have one actual piece. If I get to be reborn, I'd like to be. Oh, wait, hold on. I can put my camera a little bit closer now on my my microphone. Check, 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 check. Let me just double check. My levels are okay. I won't have to shout at the mic now. If I get to be reborn, I'd like to be the older sister next time. After all, I spent 16 years finding out exactly what a younger sibling would want. So I'd always go easy on you. I'd let you have the first pick of snacks. I'd make sure to teach you all the cheat codes. And every now and then, I'd help you out with your homework. This is great. Man, he was a terrible older brother. That's hilarious. I don't like the chapped lips thing going on here because it's giving me I from Oshinoko. Yuka? Tsurugi. Yes? What about him? I thought I told you not to come. I wasn't trying to act tough. I just don't want you to have to see me like this, you know? You're the type of guy who thinks he's being nice when he tells a girl she looks better without makeup. I swear you really don't understand how girls feel at all. Not even your little sister. Oh. Yeah, she's hallucinating. Mino is torn up by this. I'm so sorry. Don't cry. It's not a big deal. My friend was possessed by a vengeful spirit that couldn't be graded, and I wanted to help them. I thought I could do it by myself. I don't think I would have died if Tsurugi hadn't shown up, but my friend might have. Yet he never blamed me. All I could do was rely on his kindness. Are you the chosen warrior? No, I am but an old man. Who is this? I have come to greet you on behalf of Earth's Jujutsu sorcerers before the duel. I am Wee Wee, master of the new shadow style. Ew, ew, ew. I was gonna. I asked who came. Well, like who was the old person shrouded figure that pulled up a couple of chapters ago? I guess this was him. Why are you rolling with 3 little children? Are these your sons? Why are these triplets? Why do you look so creepy? Master of the new shadow style. You mastered new shadow style? Fuck you. You're the master? I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I would like to express my gratitude to you from King from Another Planet. Your gratitude? Almost 70 years ago, a surge of immense power shook this country. The period of peace that followed was ordinary, but flimsy. And at some point, everyone seems to have forgotten what we used to call power, what used to be called strength. These children have no idea what it looks like when a living creature reaches the peak of violence. But I think you could show them the true terror of the curses that spill out from our very guts. Oh! Oh! One of these children looks exactly like Mei. If that is a, and the other 2 look just like Wee Wee, or the middle one looks like a mix. And then he also has the long Mei hair. I hope to God that doesn't mean what I think it is. I hope to God that that just means he's such a fan of his older sister that he just modeled his children after her and not the other obvious possibility there. He's even got the creepy ass old man fingers. Oh, this is disgusting. Why the fuck did we bring him back? Of all people. Like, I understand he was young I understand he was young by the end of JJK. But that's not enough. I don't agree with bringing him back, just because the timeline fits. Unfortunately, I can't show you anything without an opponent, and unless they're truly worthy, it'll be over before they can see a thing. Not to worry. I think you will be quite satisfied, and I'm sure your loneliness will be eased. That's funny. We're going back to the loneliness that comes with being the strongest trope, which was introduced before. If I get reborn, I'd like to be a little sister again. Oh my God, she changed it. And y'all just gonna toss her out from the back like a GTA heist? And I don't want my older brother to be. Oh, she's hit. This is happening off rip. With this treasure I summon. I'm sorry, Dabura. Holy shit. The 8-handled sword. Divine General. Divergent Sila Divine General Mahoraga. We got the return of Mahoraga as soon as we started the stream. I'm so fucking happy. Off rip, we get to see how Dabura does against some of the peak of Jujutsu. And yeah, also that thing is definitely happening. I have to change something in my room. I don't know what happened, but I'm getting like a little echoey thing. It's like a cone. It's like I'm speaking into a cone. And he immediately tries to wipe this thing out. Does not one shot. Holy shit. This is happening. Abracadabura's curse techniques are blank and light. Blank is why are we... What are these? The Epstein files? Why are we redacting right now? Is it because this blanked out thing is going to be saved for when Yuji pulls up? Like, what's happening? This is a weird way to set up the second half of his technique revealed. But fuck it. I'm cool with it. Why not? I'm just a little peeved. Blank is murderous intent, given tangible form, a concept impossible for the Earthlings to even describe in words, passed down through the Deskunte tribe. Oh, it's redacted because we can't even comprehend it with our language. Get the fuck out of here, Akutami. I can't believe you. That's genius. I'm always down for some meta. This is awesome. For the first time in recorded history, Mahoraga's adaptation towards an extraterrestrial curse technique begins. Yeah, I wonder how it'll... Oh, we got to spin. Oh, the chapter's over? Yeah, we gonna need to move on immediately. This is gonna have to go on immediately. The Ten Shadows technique, a hereditary curse technique passed down through the Zenin clan, one of the former big three sorcerer families. Oh, and Yuka's just chilling in the shadow. That makes a lot of sense. It allows the user to summon Shikigami using shadows as an intermediary, but it is currently considered a forbidden technique within the Gojo clan. Yuka Okotsu has only been permitted to the application of the technique thanks to her draw that allows her to draw out the abilities of certain Shikigami. Only been permitted to use the application of the technique that allows her to draw out the abilities of certain Shikigami. Eight-handled sword, Divergent Sila Divine General Mahoraga. Among all the 10 Shadows Shikigami, Mahoraga is said to be the only one impossible to tame. No sorcerer in history has ever succeeded with the exception of Ryomen Sukuna incarnated as Megumi Fushiguro. Oh, that makes... You know what's crazy? Because I had a question last night in my own head about, like, you know, since Megumi got back, did he ever tame Mahoraga? But since since Sukuna tamed him in Megumi's body, or had him tamed within Megumi's body, it would make sense that he just got that off rip. He didn't need to like summon him again to tame him. But then does that mean Megumi never got to like a point where he was strong enough to tame Mahoraga by himself, and he just benefited off of Sukuna doing it off screen at that? Because he did it. No, yeah, because this would prove. So another question I had, because I saw a video the other day that said the way that Sukuna tamed Mahoraga was in Shibuya, but that doesn't make sense because Sukuna is not part of the ritual. So he wouldn't be able to tame Mahoraga. He would be interrupting the ritual, and so destroying Mahoraga there would just cancel the ritual. So if he he would have to have done it off screen. And I guess this kind of confirms it, that, you know, he did it off screen in Megumi's body. It can only be manifested in a Jujutsu battle through an exorcism ritual by dragging the target into the ritual itself. The practitioners, the participants in the exorcism ritual are Yuka Okotsu and Dabura Kabuta. Welcome home, babe. Oh, thank you. Is this a card?
I guess so.
Thank you. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. All right. I wonder who it is. Well, no, I wonder who it is, meaning what card it is. I know who it's from. It is Jar of Greed. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Cool. Yeah, so let me just add this to the deck. Okay. Let's add this to the 60 card deck that this has become. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I went from 40 to 42 to 47 to 50. Well, I went from 50 to 60 in the same session. So, yeah, I'm just going to put this up here because I'm going to fuck with it after the stream. Okay, 1 second. Fucking Dabura Kabuta. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're seeing this. So she wasn't able to tame Mahoraga. I also love how how Sukuna has adopted the Gojo glaze from the narrator, where the narrator would be like, no other sorcerer has ever been able to do this, with the sole exception of Satoru Gojo. And now we get, no other sorcerer has ever been able to tame Mahoraga, with the sole exception of Sukuna. Can only be manifested in Jujutsu battle through an exorcism ritual by dragging the target. So let me just double check this claim real quick. Well, there's also been new pages added to volume 29. I can't find them, and I don't think I'll be going out to buy 29 for 10 Choso pages. So, you know, eventually if I come across them all, I'll talk about them on stream. 118. I'm looking for 117 actually. Yeah, there you go. In order to keep Fushiguro alive, I need to defeat the Shikigami even though I'm an outsider. So he's not included in the ritual. The person who would be included in the ritual that could well, not could, but that could technically help Megumi tame him is this guy. Or, yeah, this guy here, the lucky guy. Yeah, the exorcism will be void. So this is not, yeah, that video was bullshit. Which I knew, I just couldn't prove. Because I didn't look at this fucking chapter. Then the exorcism will be void. Yeah, the only time Mahoraga was ever tamed was just this. was not Sukuna in Yuji's body. It was Sukuna in Megumi's body. So it definitely was off screen. I wonder if that means he like spawn camped them. If Sukuna was like, "Yo, summon," and immediately hit him with the Fuga. All right, fucking Abura Kadabura. Yuka Okotu is already in a state of suspended death. Only Dabura Kabura's death or the destruction of Mahoraga will end the ritual. Yuka Okotu will die as well. Oh. So she dead. She's already dead. Or she might as well be, because either this is going to work, Dabura dies and then she dies, or Dabura kills Mahoraga and then he dies. I love this. I love bringing back Mahoraga. Unironically, Mahoraga might be one of my favorite like top 3 characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, just because of the Broly appeal that he has. And now that we know, now that we know for sure that Dabura's name is based off of like a DBZ reference, which is based off of a magic reference. Mahoraga being Broly, I think, makes a lot of sense. I think it's very safe to say that Mahoraga's whole appeal is based off of Akutami's influence from Dragon Ball. So there you go. Those people who say I hate on Dragon Ball, there you go. I'm giving it props. It's just Dragon Ball Super that gets no props. Okay, so he's trying. Rips off an arm. Brings it right back. She summoned a spiritual being. Yeah, why? Yeah, she summoned a spiritual being. Isn't that a kayak? You can't kill that.
Bippy, no.
Oh, did he go right in front of the door?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. He woke up and ran.
I feel like they just be lazy sometimes.
He's mad because you're streaming, and you're not streaming your attention to him.
I mean, if he opens up the door, I could stream my attention to him.
Oh no. All right. Sorry, Bippy. I'm taking a shower or whatever. You should be helping Bippy. Clean up your own shit next time. How about that?
Yeah, wait, so that's what it is. Jjk Modulo Callian? I forget what the heck they're called. Oh yeah, they are Callians. Okay. I called them a kayak jokingly, but... She summoned a spiritual being, given the matter of the cursed spirits. This type of spiritual being must be part of Earth's unique cursed energy system. It's not just some indestructible doll made to fight in place of a Jujutsu sorcerer. It has some kind of ability. Alright, he's going to figure it out. Let's see who figures out Mahoraga's ability first. Dabura, with no prior knowledge on cursed energy or cursed Jujutsu sorcery. Or Sukuna with all the exposure to pretty much most techniques during his reign in Heian form. It took Sukuna less than a chapter. Okay, he's hitting him with some light. Oh, we got a whole drone strike. Or a whole drone show. Wait, does this say something? Hold the phone. I'm looking this up. I know what I could do. It's chapter 15. I know who will have it. Oh, I didn't realize they were on the cover of Jump. Oh, what a phenomenal run. So many color pages back to back has been exhausting, but I think Akutami Sensei is as busy withdrawing as I am. Yuji. Oh, that's so good. I love that. Holy shit, I just realized that the person that Akutami got to do the art for Modulo is named Yuji. If that's a pen name, that's cool. But if it's not, that's beautiful. All right, so we're going to look at this. There should be, if this does say something. Oh, we're on 16, actually. Sorry. There should be like a footnote. I offered Iwaki-san the opportunity to work on the manga. I tried to win him over by saying Mahoraga is going to show up, you know? Oh, that's so good. Ah, damn, I should have been reading these. I should have been reading from this, no matter what. Okay, so this building, there should be a footnote. No, it doesn't say anything? This has to be something. This has to be some type of kanji. It's way too specific. Let's see. I'm going to try and put this into like Google Translate. Japanese to English. Can I do... Yeah, I'm just going to go to the Google Translate site. And off screen, I'm going to upload the image. I don't know what type of screenshots I got. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. It's just dumb shit. I don't know what file or what folder to open up to, but like, here's all the screenshots that I got. These are all for videos. This is like for big 3 stuff. This is the entirety of my screenshots, and some of these are like, you know, whatever. Screenshots. Oh no. Now I browse y'all through my shit anyway. Hope there wasn't any personal information y'all could use there. Yep. I have to look this up. I'm not going to be able to sleep until Jjk Modulo Chapters 16 Message in Buildings. Okay, I'm not gonna like spoil myself, but yeah, I don't know. This looks like it says something. I feel like this is, I don't know, these are just too specific in terms of like their strikes, you know? Actually, I will keep TCB open. So we can look at the author's notes for each chapter. Because for whatever reason, they don't put this here. I don't know why Viz doesn't just do that. They could easily just add an author note, like here or some shit like that. Or even in the comment, just make it the first comment. Alright, so we blast these buildings. Is it adjusting to my curse technique? Its wheel keeps it rotating, then it immediately recovers afterward. Okay. The Zenin clan's cherished family treasure, Divergent Sila Divine General Mahoraga, has the ability to adapt to any and all phenomena. The ultimate counterattack. Oh shit, we switched over. I forgot this was happening. Didn't know you could use your sword. This is crosses. Ooh. I'm sorry, what? What is he doing? Is this a technique? Oh. Was this like Gunko's ability? What the fuck is this? Alright, they got it. They got it. They're evenly matched. So these are the extraordinary physical abilities Tsurugi gained due to his heavenly restriction. In exchange for giving up his cursed energy and cursed technique. Hi, Bippy. Got you. How you doing, Bippy boy? Can I say hi? Can you say hi to stream? You want to say hi to the mic? You want to say something? Love you. Do you love me? He's like, I tolerate you. All right, when I'm done, we'll play with the toys. Well, I'll get you a couple of rounds of the cat toy. I'll leave the door open until he leaves. Exchange for giving up curse energy and curse technique. Did he already leave? He just came in to check on me. He's a little possessive. Exchange for giving up his curse energy and curse technique. Now I understand. When Yuka first told me about his strength, I had my doubts, but now that we're actually fighting, it makes sense. Question: how is this different from physical reinforcement through cursed energy? Answer: because it has no cursed energy. His movements cannot be read through flow of cursed energy. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I had never realized that would be an advantage. That would also make sense as to why Toji was so effective against Gojo. Like even after the first hit, why he was able to be like, no, I'm gonna continue to combo you. You don't know what my next move is gonna be. This is gonna be trouble. Every single attack feels like an ambush. Yep. Until I can adjust to it. And Tsurugi wields Jujutsu by making use of the cursed energy his cursed tool is imbued with. I thought it was just like an auxiliary tool since he can't wield cursed energy on his own. But now I get it. Cursed tools don't run out of cursed energy. It probably depends on the tool's grade, of course, though. But still, the way Tsurugi manages to pace the pace of a Jujutsu battle is totally different from any other sorcerer. Even if it's just Dabura who leaves, that's fine. I doubt the range of a cursed technique can extend beyond the planet. You would be fucking surprised. I doubt the range of a cursed technique can extend beyond the planet. Just like with his sister's death curse. So if Dabura leaves Earth, then the ritual Yuka staked her life on will become void. The only thing is he's wrong because wasn't Sukuna able to cut through existence itself? Although I suppose that didn't cut through more than just the building. Or like, you know, the surrounding area. It didn't necessarily, you know, leave a gash in Earth itself, so I won't glaze Sukuna on that. Only because of his explanation as to how the cut works, I feel like he could cut through past the planet. But you know, I guess it wouldn't make sense to scale anyone as planetary level at that point. With Modulo in mind, right? Dabura won't ever go back to Samura. He's involved in the conditions of that curse on his sister, too. It's too dangerous for Dabura to go back into range of the Deskunte chieftain's curse technique, even if it's just him alone. It'd be different if the curse could be undone with the black rope, but there's no time for that now, right? Maru, if I win, leave Earth. Let's have a duel with those conditions. You're a warrior, aren't you? Simple domain, maculation. You held back, didn't you? You didn't fight with your full power. I'm sorry, Dabura, I understand now. What it's like to be on the verge of losing your own sibling. I'm afraid to lose my friends, too. Okay, that's good. Good parallel. He looking crazy here, though. I don't want anyone else to get hurt or to die. And you call yourself a warrior? Will you really insult Tsurugi like that? Fine. Tsurugi, I'll fight with the intent of killing you. Try not to die. Oh, it is about to get crazy. What is happening? We're flipped. Maru and Cross techniques are chaos and harmony. Oh, you know what? They're twins. I forget that Mai and Maki had corresponding abilities because they were twins, so it would make a lot of sense as to why their curse techniques. I don't know why I didn't pick it up last chapter when Tsurugi basically outed Maru and Cross's ability as for how they were able to get there to Earth in the first place. Cross and harmony. All right, We got 6 chapters left. Oh, ship of the century. I'm screenshotting that for later. That's going in the spank bank. Now this might be, if I do like not an analysis on this fight, but if I do like a legitimate review on Modulo, this will be it. This will be the cover right here. This is beautiful. I'm not interested in these right now. Hold the fucking phone. You know, like Jabaloma? Oh, he's the one who looks like the most like an alien. By the way, what do you picture when you think of an alien? Okay. Okay, we got generic alien, or I guess that's a reference, and then you got a reference to alien itself. An elephant? Oh my god, it's Attack. It's Mars Attacks. What the fuck? How does Jjk Akutami knows about Mars Attacks? We're just getting thrown back. Oh, pause. We're just getting thrown back. We're just getting throwbacks after throwbacks. I love these. None of those look like Jabaloma. Well, I guess these are the scarier options. These are cuter, friendlier ones too. There are cuter, friendlier ones too. How about you, Maru? What do you think a scary earthling looks like? I've got it. Why does it have 4 arms? Because it looks stronger that way. Why is a mouth on its stomach? I thought it'd be convenient. So he just drew Sukuna. I thought he was gonna draw his depiction of an alien, and he was gonna draw Sukuna, and that was gonna confirm that Sukuna being the accursed one meant he was actually a Deskunte or something like that, but or like, you know, a Rumelian or any type of Sumerian. Jesus fuck. That's hilarious. That's hilarious though. So I guess it makes sense, right? Sukuna was just once a human being, a regular sorcerer. He, through other matters, developed that form. But the disgraced one, like, I really got... I need the detail on what the fuck that actually meant. Anyway, we're getting backstory. Our dad disappeared right after Yuka was born. For a while, and for no particular reason, I was obsessed with wanting to know what my dad was like. Neither my grandparents nor my mother seemed willing to talk about him. So I went around and secretly asked for some prominent Gojo clan members. And I was surprised to hear that my dad was serious and diligent. People said he took after my grandpa Yuta. But that I keep forgetting that their grandparents are Yuta and Maki, not their parents. But that diligence might have been his very undoing. He grieved how weak his generation of Jujutsu sorcerers were? Would there not be a were there? Why would there not be a were? Hold on one second. I'm about to ask ChatGPT about that. Oh no! Culture United is live right now. Okay, generation Jujutsu sorcerers, and the next were compared to his parents' generation, sinking deeper into worry and anguish. I mean, rightfully so, right? If he's scared because he's thinking about how if something crazy like a Sukuna appears again, they won't be able to protect against it then, or to help Yuji protect against it, then that would make sense. But again, you have Yuji. We have a Hulk. Shortly before his disappearance, a maid reported seeing my father confronting a hooded man who had a scar on his face. She didn't know the context, but the man said this to my father: "It doesn't matter." Wait. What doesn't matter? Why did my father disappear after Yuka was born, but not right after my birth? Was he worried about like the about her having the 10 shadows? It seems to have something to do with whether or not Yuka and I had cursed techniques. Okay. I'm not sure how he reached this conclusion, but I was told Dad felt his role was finished once Yuka was born. But if I'd had a cursed technique, would Yuka never have been born? Oh, they were trying to get the technique to manifest again, because that was their only way to protect against shit. And then was Yuji just saying it doesn't matter because y'all have me? Because if he's gonna pop up to beat Dabura, because I assume Yuka's not gonna be, she's not gonna win. So I assume this has to do with Yuji being like, we don't need the 10 shadows, actually. Don't worry about it. And if Yuka didn't have a cursed technique, would our father not have disappeared? I thought I had to make sure Yuka never found out about that. But she's smart, so I think that she... Why do we keep ending shit? Why do we keep... I hate when mangaka do this. Why do we keep ending shit like half a sentence before it's over? It's cool. I don't like... And usually, it like these narrator boxes don't come back. You have to figure out what the end of the sentence is by some other character's words. And sometimes it is pretty obvious, but like other times it really isn't. And especially on a first read. This cursed technique makes no sense as usual. Damn, Maru looking serious. He flipped us right upside again. Right side up again. Oh yeah, I'm not even enjoying the panels of them being sideways here. Yeah, I guess he's just constantly flipping him, so he's in a suspended state of like, in a falling animation. He's gonna break it. Did he kick it? Oh, hi, Chopper. Did you come to say hi? Yeah, this what you're smelling is my diffuser. Can you say hi? He just came here to lay down on the floor. I love him. He was like, I will actually scratch myself. This is a good place to scratch myself. We get a crack. I assume that Maru's technique here is meant to work on the people and not the area itself, because the second he flips everything 90 degrees, we should see people falling out of these office buildings. So it has to be the people. Okay? I win. Maybe. But even if there's only a 1% chance I can save Yuka, I'm going to go all in. Wouldn't have expected anything less. And then boom. Hits him with a 1-inch punch. We got Maru here looking crazy. Yo, that reminds me. Hold on, detour. Hell yeah. Oh, look, it's me. Yes, we did get Control fucking 2 announced. Hold the phone. I forgot about this. I was going to stream just like me reading all the, or watching all the state of play shit. I'm going to save this. Because I realized the state of play happened. I didn't watch it. I didn't stream it. But like, I went to go watch Young Yeah. And within like the first 2 minutes of that video, he mentioned Control 2 happening. I'm like, okay. That is like... Control is like the greatest power fantasy game I've ever witnessed. Like the way that they handle the progression to you becoming like this telepathic or like telekinetic wielding god in the game is like so fun. And then the DLC time trial thing that they have was really fun. Like the first, like I did it like 3 times. I think you do it a couple of times to get all the gear out of it or whatever. But, oh my god, such a great fucking game. And I got into that game. Hold on. I will tell you exactly what got me into Control. Why I even learned about it and why I gave a fuck to try it. Look, it's me in the first place. There is a video. No, I don't want these demonstrations. There was a... Damn, I can't find it. There was a video that explained how ray tracing works. And to do it, they showed how you can build a literal mirror in the world of Minecraft through ray tracing. Because the physics, like the lighting physics, would just make it work, and you would get an actual mirror. Actually, let's see. Let's see if I could just type that in. Building a mirror. No, yeah, it's not. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I can't find it. The whole video was not about making a mirror. The whole video was about who's the strongest in all of space. Wait, hold on. Was this there? It wasn't there.
You thought I was in the attic?
Why would they do that?
You were so wrong.
Seems like Chopper's gone. I'm gonna close this.
Oh no! He bumped his head.
Sorry, Chopper. He's just gonna open it anyway.
Okay, when you tell me that. Alright, goodbye.
But the video was not about ray tracing. The B-roll for the video, at least the most of the B-roll that I remember, was from Control, and it was like showing off how a game with full ray tracing, no mods, just has ray tracing implemented into it, works. And I was like, damn, this is a beautiful game, beautiful physics. Whatever the fuck this game is, I got a PlayStation 5, and I would get it and I would play it. And so yeah, I'm really excited to see what the new trailer looks like. This wasn't in the other thing. Damn, they really do be going for cool. I've drawn Dabura a couple of times, but I still don't know what color I should use on him. LOL. Ooh. The two strongest of their era. Look at that, you see? That's why we don't got. That's why Gojo's not here. In case any Gojo fans are wondering. Because it's not even like, oh, they just try to hit the same count. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could have easily put Nanami in here if it was about matching the same count, the same head count. But that's not what happened. They could have easily put Nanami here and then put Gojo over here. But that's not what happened. We got London on the track. We got Sukuna and Dabura facing off. Because they are, in fact, the strongest sorcerers. Just a heads up. You don't even need to glaze Sukuna. It's just, look at the text. Look how the text just continues to reinforce the fact that Gojo was just lucky to be born in an era that was not the Heian era. Alright, that's enough Gojo stand trolling. I've maxed out on that for the holy shit. I said that and lost 3 viewers. Oh no, I'm sorry. Whoops. Okay. So he says he's gonna go all in. Let me go win. Maudu's out here going Hammeroski, trying to secure the dub. Yuka was born something incredible. So yeah, I'm sure she'd be proud to have him have an equally incredible death. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot the whole thing. Why he has the ring. You see, this is why I like not using my brain when reading this shit, bro, because it's so much more exciting when I can't predict, or if I'm not like overanalyzing to the point that I will predict the next twist. But I just can't accept that. Whether I'm in touch with her or not. Oh, this isn't even I bitched about narrator boxes, but these are boxes for his inner monologue. But I just can't accept that. Whether I'm in touch with her or not. Just as long as I know she's out there somewhere in the world living her life. That would be enough for me. That's all. Grandpa? Ew, how awful. You ended up looking like her instead. Oh, that's Rika talking shit because he doesn't look like Yuta. That's fucking hilarious. Because she's jealous. But I'll save you because Yuta asked me to. Now say, I accept. Then can I win? What a foolish question. I accept. And you got Maru looking fucking... Like if this wasn't a black and white manga, you'd be able to tell his face would just go white completely. Cursed energy. It's definitely not Tsurugi's. Who are you? Who are you? And Rika's manifested in fucking physical form. Rika's out here looking like Mahuraga. She's out here looking like an alien. Wait, was that this chapter? Yeah, we kind of did get. Yeah, she does look like alien, like Alien versus Predator, Alien. Holy shit! Who are you? And Rika's about to get handsy. Oh my god, I love this adaptation of her. Because you can see like the actual head, like it's a little bit more clear. Yo. And before he can even react, gets punched in the fucking face. This is like Luffy going Gear 5 versus Rob Lucci. Thanks for the help, but don't just go saying whatever you want. Oh, she's taking over his body. He's wearing her head like a helmet. That's why she has a form. I was just like, all right, she chose that fit. I didn't realize that it even looked similar to his. Also, I guess it makes sense that he would talk about the cursed energy not being Tsurugi's. If this is a whole different being standing in front of him, he would be like, that's not Tsurugi. So, okay. Makes sense. Well, isn't somebody cocky? I'm going to go to Yuta in heaven and tell on you. Would they even let you into heaven? Ugh, you make me so mad. This is such a crazy flip for Akutami to have a tsundere, or not a tsundere, but just like this type of relationship with Yuta's grandson, all because he looks like Maki. Yuta Okotsu's ring is a cursed tool registered to the Gojo family's warehouse. Still contains his immense cursed energy, as well as the will of Rika Orimoto, who remains subordinate to him. Haha, this is so fun. It's like being on a roller coaster. I said stop talking. But like, is there an amount? Is there a limit on how much she can be used before she breaks? Is this like a Gachiakuta thing? Where it's like, yeah, I can use this ring to manifest the spirit, but you know, there's like a time limit, you know? It doesn't have infinite Yuta energy. It's like it's like Joy Boy's hockey knot when Emmett uses it, right? Like it's a one-time use kind of thing to get him out of a situation. I said stop talking, but I hate amusement parks. Too many screaming brats. Why does he look like that? Who's that other personality talking? This is like, it's like Tsurugi has his own Sukuna, right? A being that he has to use but doesn't really care for. What's the source of its power? It must be that ring. He said it was a memento from his grandfather. This amount of cursed energy isn't something that can be contained with a single person. Someone with an unfathomable power must have poured cursed energy into the ring over the course of years, decades. Okay, so this is not a one-time use. This is you got a few years probably of consistently using this. It didn't work. Tsurugi using his brute strength and the power of the ring to force his way through like my technique doesn't even matter. I'm sorry, Maru, but I'm gonna win no matter what it takes. You don't have to apologize. Because I feel the same way. And then he fucking spawns a tree. Like, it's life. Oh my god. And then we got like a Death Note style standoff between Dabura and Mahuraga here. I've been forgetting that Mahuraga has wings on its face. His demeanor has changed. Is Mahuraga bored right now? Oh, and then he uses this technique that's reminiscent of like right before Aizen gets sealed, which I learned Gojo's sealing is actually an Aizen sealing reference. Pretty cool. Okay, so Maharaga is officially adapted. We don't see the final spin. But yeah, one of your abilities has now been made null and void. You have to use the other one now. It's not working. Yeah, you should have known that. He knew that. Didn't he figure that out? And then it cuts him. Okay. He's rendered my curse technique completely ineffective. So that's his ability. He devoured my technique to adapt to it. Oh, he only thought it was like adapting in terms of like once it hits him, he can just continue to recover. And like maybe he thought he like can recover faster and faster, not that it would nullify it entirely. And now that wheel has stopped turning, is its adaptation complete? Okay, but seeing as though seeing as though Dabura, what is it called? His fight with Maharaga like was split. I'm gonna say he still figured it out within the chapter. Which means that technically means he figured this out faster than Sukuna did. Because he has a completely different understanding on curse techniques. Sukuna, has seen them all. Whereas, their world, that's not how curse techniques work. So he's kind of going into this blind compared to Sukuna. So then, do I not have any other way to fight back? Am I going to lose? Sound like Gojo right now. Am I going to lose? Shouldn't you try to be friendlier with the Deskunte? Am I unpleasant to be around, Dura? Huh? That's not what I meant. I appreciate it. No offense, but you're the only one who's a worthy opponent. But it must be hard to be isolated, even among your own people, especially considering your sister's position. The Deskunte warriors are very proud, and I stand among them. It would only create tension. This is incredible, Duda. I think I might lose. I'm in pain, and I'm afraid. Holy shit. Don't get pussy just because you've finally been touched. I barely have to try at all, and I can beat them. When people are jealous of me, or won't accept me for who I am, it makes my heart ache with a throbbing pain. Oh, we're getting not just like, so back in the Yorozu fight, and even reinforced towards the end and then after, at the end of Gojo versus Sukuna, we get these allusions to being lonely at the top, and like one can never know like true love because of that loneliness. But instead of Yorozu projecting that on, or Gojo kind of just like reinforcing that projection, we're actually diving into it with Duda's backstory here. Like, he calls it a throbbing pain, a heartache. He's like, yeah, it's crazy. I'm a warrior and I'm strong, but I don't want to fight. All right, Gohan. Haha, you've got it all wrong. It's not that you don't want to fight. It's that you've never been in a real one before. Huh? You're so strong you never really became a warrior. I don't understand. Words can only express so much. But someday, somebody so strong will appear that you think you're going to lose. And then you'll understand. Ah, I see. Fighting because you want to. And not fighting because you don't want to. Neither of those were actually fighting. Will you protect the Rumelians for me? I know you're capable of it, Dabuda. Who is that? That was the hooded figure we saw. Again, brother. Sometimes it just takes like one hair to fuck up my entire day. I can feel this one hair curling back in. You protect the Romillions with me, or for me. I know you're capable of it, Dabuda. Yeah, whoever the hell this is this his sister? Did his sister just pull up with them? But fighting because you have to. And someone who is capable of that is a warrior. Does that mean he's about to one-shot Mahoraga? I'm sorry, but I'll fight for real now. Dabuda's curse techniques are blank and light. However, Dabuda's physical body could not withstand the acceleration of light. So he was never able to move with the speed of light himself. Oh, that's a development. If my curse techniques are ineffective against him, then there's only one thing left to do. Beat him with my bare hands. And I'll push my body's strength and speed to their absolute limits. Duda, I'll become a warrior. Beyond the limits of mankind, Dabuda Kabuda's abracadabras rips across the battlefield at sublight speed. Okay, so we're about to get we're about to get words. We're about to get actual light speed feats here, because he's gonna have to go faster. He's gonna have to break that limit to beat Mahoraga, and if he fights Yuji after this, then they're both gonna be moving at that speed. So there we go. And if Yuji scales higher than Sukuna when that happens, and that means Sukuna and Gojo, even with Gojo's teleportation, wasn't moving as fast as light. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess it would make sense, considering how, I get like, because light would be able to travel around Earth. How long did it take for light to travel around Earth? Words. It's like a few seconds, right? 0.13 seconds. Yeah, Gojo's never teleporting anywhere in less than a second. He's never teleporting anywhere in less than a second. Even when he teleported to Megumi from like the shops that he was at in chapter 1, like I assume that took him a few. And even if he was instant from where he teleported himself in Yuji to fight Jogo in like chapter 12 or something like that, or chapter 15, then I guess that wouldn't be instant. That would be like a second or two. So okay. So it doesn't contradict anything in the previous series. So I'm okay. I'm okay with light speed being achieved in the sequel or the spin-off. More, closer to light. Oh, I love this depiction of the speed. We get multiple Mahoragas. This is like the depiction of light or the fourth dimension in Interstellar. And I'm on one page. I have to stay on one page, but I can't stay on one page. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to read this in 2 pages at a time. I will, when I clip it later, it's gonna be hell when I have to screenshot every page for every panel that I'm talking about, but all good. It burns. It's heavy. The closer he gets to the speed of light, the more the air behaves like a solid than a fluid. But I don't care. I've got to catch up. To the warriors. He's about to shatter Mahoraga right now. Flash. Flash. Oh, yeah, Mahoraga's dead. Maybe it's easier for him to adapt to simple brute force than some complex curse technique. Oh, this is getting far. Oh, no, he's good. He's good. But at the same time, I've never experienced this before. A part of me is actually enjoying fighting. Okay, I thought this rattle here was Mahoraga like just dying, and this we're about to see like this wheel fall. No, but it seems like he's like, no, I've handled physical attacks before. What the fuck is this? I want to fight more. They're doing a dance. I want to fight better. I want to be reborn. I want to envision myself. I want a version of myself. Into a version of myself I don't even know. And Mahouraga's like coddling him here. What the fuck is going on here? It's got weirdly erotic. This is like the Voldemort's character in 28 Years Later when he's dancing with Samson. This is like that. Alright, I'm going back to double page because fuck it. This is getting in the way. Maybe I should just cut it off. Can Earth's Jujutsu even heal people? They offered some special treatment when both Maru and Cross got hurt, something that doesn't exist in Sumerian Jujutsu. How can you heal with cursed energy, which is negative energy? Oh, he's about to learn reverse curse technique. No shot. Damn. Sumerian's strongest warrior did not know reverse curse technique. It's crazy too, the parallels, because Yuji also learned reverse curse technique in his last fight, or in preparation for his last fight. It didn't get revealed until then. Still, starting with the spiritual being's blade, I can feel an energy that's different from ordinary cursed energy. Oh yeah, Mahoraga uses positive energy, right? That's how he deals damage to Sukuna in 118. Yeah, it's available with positive energy, similar to reverse cursed energy. If I was a cursed spirit, I'd be a goner. Okay, gotcha. Is there some technique that converts cursed energy into another positive kind of energy? I see. Earth's Jujutsu is quite advanced. He just learned reverse curse technique just by thinking about it for a couple of seconds. That's awesome. Now the representative Dabura and Yuka are fighting. It's highly possible that the cursed spirits residing deep in Tokyo will come spilling out from the city and scatter in all directions. But the biggest problem isn't the quality, it's quantity. I doubt many cursed spirits above grade 2 would panic enough to flee Tokyo. Instead, the frightened low-grade spirits will come flooding in like a tsunami. And it'll be our job to exorcise them. Damn, that's what's up. I love the real-world consequences that this fight has, right? Because the Shinjuku Showdown was like, it doesn't affect anything because there's no one around, right? They've evacuated every area. Whereas Shibuya feels more real because, yeah, people are there. People are in the train station. People are being affected by, Jogo killing people and Gojo having to activate his domain for a half a second. Whereas this is like, nope, we're gonna be fucked if this place gets overflowed. We've designated an additional 10 kilometers beyond the uninhabited zones and the prefectures neighboring Tokyo as evacuation areas. Hi, Chopper. Welcome back. He just be pulling up. Again, they don't like locked doors. They are just offended by locked doors. He just came in here, pulled up, opened the door, looked at me, and then left. Also, just into the barrier surrounding Tokyo. So it'll redirect the cursed spirits towards the ocean as much as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not scrolled. Okay. Still, it's important to stay sharp and do our jobs properly. Let's limit our casualties to only Yuka. For her sake, too. There's no guarantee that Earthlings are going to abide by the Deskunte rules for duels. We need to make sure they don't interfere with Dabura's fight. Even if someone wanted to interrupt Dabura, I doubt they'd have an easy time. Regardless, they accepted the duel. So we got to make sure they're not playing dirty. If you spot any Earthlings, seize them immediately. I don't even care if you kill them. Come on. There's no way that's... They're the ones who made the first move and hurt Cross. Just take a piss against the wall and get it over with already. Shut up. I was raised better than that. Where's that coming from? There's no running water here anyway, so it doesn't matter either way. Oh, okay. It's the principle of the thing. Oh shit. Earthlings. Sumerians. On site. Oh, man, I told them this would happen. Not that it's you fucking Yuji, bro. Oh my god, Yuji. We made it to the Yuji chapter. And he's about to he's starting this with piercing blood. Man, I told him this would happen. Not that I actually said it out loud, but still. What the hell are they doing? And Mino encounters Yuji. You're piercing blood. Oh, and then he sends it. The hell is that? And he goes after everyone. Too much? Yuji Itadori, and that's how he enters the fucking series. Zip up hoodie and Black Force energy, bro. Black Air Force energy. Piercing blood, bro. To like just stop, everyone stop in their tracks. We're getting too Attack on Titan here. We're getting too like, oh my god, let's fight each other just to fight each other because we don't trust each other. I'm gonna have to put a stop to this real quick. Overkill, though. A lot of overkill, Yuji. I guess it's just been so long since he's had to be pushed that he's like, yeah, I didn't realize that'd be too much for y'all. This is a fire cover. This is an absolutely fire cover. Oh my goodness. Every single one of these covers is amazing. All right, let's see what the author's note is for this chapter. This is 20. We're at 20. I pushed through by saying Mahoraga would appear. That's fucking hilarious. That's every chapter. Akutami saying that. I got nostalgic drawing the dance, even though I don't have much experience. Huh. Alright, and this author note. The atmosphere of the art direction has changed starting with the Culling Game arc in anime. It really has that hand-drawn art feel, and it's totally awesome. Oh, that's what's up. Good praise, Akutami. Yeah, this is a fire cover. I like their circular abilities overlapping. Okay, then we got a nice little 8 panel. I'm supposed to search for Yuji Itadori, but we have zero clues to go on. Hey Mino, let's meet up for a change. Listen, unlike you, I'm busy running things. You just want to bum money off me anyway. Haha, busted. Come on, at least buy me dinner. Next time. Hey Yuji, that machine's hot right now. Nah, I doubt it. Aoi Toto might know something. Toto, the former grade 1 sorcerer. His whereabouts are also unknown. Could you connect us? Me? No way. Then who should I ask? Itadori. That's just going in circles. Sure, but everybody else besides Itadori hates him. Oh, so no one would know about him. Yuji Itadori, busted. And then out comes this fucking Gushi, what the fuck is his name again? Osu. I remember people. I might not be able to name 2 characters in solo leveling, but I remember these guys. Who the hell is this guy? I'm not even touching him. What do you mean you're not touching him? Oh, that's right. Sukuna was able to replicate infinity. He's an earthling, but his aura is Kalian. You look pretty tough. He's about to fuck him up. His precision is insane. Who came in here? These guys keep invading the room. Yuji's out here moving just like Sukuna. He's like, well, I'm gonna use your technique to do what you did to copy Gojo's technique. He's cracking his fingers like he's in fucking Tokyo Ghoul. And now he's like, oh good, you look like you're strong enough to handle this punch. Let me just get some off real quick. His precision is insane. I didn't even sense his cursed energy until it appeared around his fist. I'm sure you'll be fine. What? Black? Hits him with a black flash. You won't die. It sends him like a fucking ping pong ball, bro. Knocked out. Incapacitated. Hey, you over there. Hits him with a little bit of piercing blood. And I guess that poisoned him because he's throwing up. There's a bunch of more sorcerers out cold over there. But don't sweat it. Before long, they'll just feel like they got a real bad case of the flu. Oh, that's what he hit them with piercing blood for. To poison them real quick. To what's it called? Is it minor poison? What do they call that? Strange planet. Mild poison. That's what they call it. Hit him with some mild poison. Tell them they'll be fine if they rest up for a couple of days. Oh, and tell the aliens too. Yuji Itadori, what the hell are you doing? Well, wouldn't it look kind of bad if I knocked out just the aliens? That's not what I mean. Why the hell did you show up now? Because you weren't here to fight Yuka had to. Yeah, now she's gonna die. It doesn't matter. What doesn't? I mean, who cares about Yuji Itadori anymore? Oh, we got his face! We can see his face! What are you talking about? They say old soldiers never die. They just fade away. Don't worry. I'll take care of the cursed spirits that leak out of Tokyo. And if Okotsu's grandchild loses, I'll clean up that mess too. But all I can do right now is make sure nobody interferes with those 2. Or those 4, I guess. Oh, so he's been watching. He's been watching from afar. Damn. Itadori Yuji. I won't forget you. And I won't forgive you either. Haha. Then it won't be so lonely. This is for the best, isn't it? Sensei? Sensei? Why are you referring to Gojo right now? So when you multiply cursed energy, which is originally negative energy with itself, you end up with positive energy, resulting in heightened explosive healing power. Oh, because it's multiplied. Yeah, that makes sense. In that case, what would happen if I channeled this energy into a cursed technique instead of cursed energy? Hey, what do you call this cursed technique on Earth? Did this motherfucker just come up with hollow... Did he just come up with one of Gojo's techniques by just dilly-dallying? With this new cursed technique reversal, Dabura has once again seized the chance at victory against Mahoraga with his own hands. He's about to hit him with purple. This time I definitely have to defeat him in one hit before he can adapt. But how do I do it? Stop fucking cutting away from this fight when it gets crazy. He's about to invent purple by himself. He's about to go, oh, I can use positive energy. Purple. All right, Mado and Rika enhanced Tsurugi fighting again. Rika. Sure, why not? Personally, I like a little nastiness. Oh, did that come from the shadows? What the hell is that katana? Holy shit. A present from Akulamed. This is a present from Maki. Just swing it as hard as you can. I'll give you the strength. What is he trying to do? Then he cuts through an entire city, it looks like. That doesn't look like just a building. Cursed spirits. Oh! They started a mass exodus because they're afraid of Dabura. No, stay away. Ah, geez. Oh, wait a second. You know, he cuts through the structure here. Oh, and then the cursed spirits start to leak out. Okay. They started a mass exodus because they're afraid of Dabura. No, stay away. Ah, geez. They did a pretty crappy job of guiding him. Bet they underestimated the amount of curses that multiplied without the great purification. Guess I can't blame him since it's never happened before. Holy shit. And then you got Rika about to swing. And Yuji hitting with the dismantle. Simultaneously, two... I'm going to call these small city, town... This is bigger than town. City adjacent level explosions go off. Rika's sword swing and dismantle. Ah, there's too many of them. The burden's too great. Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? The worst type of Sumerian with a curse technique would be like with a Sumerian enhancing or inheriting Geto's technique, right? Because every time one of those cursed spirit dies, he just gets incapacitated, like Emu. Too shallow. And this is the Yuji picture that I've seen in my comment section. So we gotta settle this right now. Bring it on. Damn, that's so crazy. Wait, is his scar in the right place? His scar is different. His scar was usually like right here, was it not? Thanks, Rika. Good luck. He released the transformation. The cursed energy is fading. Did he get older? Why does he look so different? He looks like Usami. The binding vowed to release his power. It made him even faster? Ooh, he cuts his shit open. Okay. Okay, Rika, but like is the... I mean, that's the end of the ritual. Wait, he made a binding vow? Damn. Alright, second to last chapter here. You're a lot like me, Tsurugi. I am? Yes, you get stronger through loss. But it's a double-edged sword, so you have to be careful. I mean, leaving things is important too. Don't be so desperate for strength that you throw away something you shouldn't. Okay. I had a younger sister. Yeah, I know. Aunt Mai. Oh, this is Maki. Because of Mai, I got stronger. But sometimes I wonder, did I really need to get stronger? Trying to spark a debate here, Maki. Did you actually need Mai to sacrifice herself so that you could take out the Zenin clan? Or, you know, did she need to pull up and eviscerate the Zenin clan in the first place? Those are the two questions. maybe somebody else would have taken care of it without me, without having to die. It's a naive fantasy I can only admit to now. Still, there's not a day that goes by when I don't wonder maybe I could have chosen a future where Mai still exists. But wasn't she already on the verge of death by the time Maki got there? So I don't think there's any way she could have actually avoided that unless the circumstances that led up to that arrival could have been avoided. Like if Megumi pulled up instead. Granny, don't cry. Aw. You have to see your grandma cry. That's fucking terrifying. Oh. He cut himself? Or did he get cut? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, no, it doesn't actually show you who got cut. Why? If you followed through with that strike, you would have won. Why did you let you go of your katana? I don't know, but for some reason I just felt like it wasn't right. A U-turn. That's like on the nose. The blood splattered on the U-turn as he makes a U-turn. Had this feeling that a future where I won wouldn't be right. It's not about right or wrong. I thought you were fighting for Yuka. Like I said, I don't know either. I'm only 17. I'm a kid. Truer words have never been said. I don't know a damn thing anymore. What should I do now? No. Tsurugi, you're the ones who've lived on Earth and Japan for so long. You have a life here, and cursed spirits are a part of that life. So our demands are... But then, what about the people who've had the place they belong stolen from them? What about those who... that's crazy. We're getting the Cross and Yuka conversation mirrored with Tsurugi and Maru. I love this. Love this so much. Like, it's not just like stylized or just cool for the cover pages. All of these cover pages that are colored, not this one obviously. All these cover pages are like just nice little signifiers for like, hey, yeah, we planned this out. We planned this spin-off to be like a mirror image of everything going on. I love that. What should they so what about those who have never had a place they belong to begin with? What should they do? If the people, you're asking 17-year-old. If the people who were here from the start are the ones who are always right, then what about Earth? What about space? Who do they belong to? Tsurugi, I don't know anything anymore either. Cross, Yuka, somebody. This question here is getting real close to anti-Semitism. It's getting real close to land that was bestowed to us, land that is rightfully ours. But I ain't gonna dive deep on it because I already got a copyright strike, or I already got copyrighted today because when I was making fun of the Gojo fans, I pulled up an MMA fight or a boxing match, and they were like, "You're trying to stream a pay-per-view event, even though it's already on YouTube." So I ain't really trying to tempt the powers that be by diving too deep into what this one bubble might be insinuating, or what Jjk might be trying to say with this bubble here. So Rika appears. Oh, that's it. That just cut out from there. I thought she was going to say something. So she's disappearing again. So this is the last time Rika's ever manifested. Okay. So then he did use all of Rika's strength in that one duel. Not anything anymore. Cross, Yuka, somebody. Damn. That hits hard, man. Oh. The fuck is happening? On a ship? What is this? Was that Maru? Marulu? I see. So I should make a barrier like that. What are you about to do, my boy? What is he about to do? Wait, did Tsurugi die? He's crying. How is he crying from his third eye? Wait, hold on. How do Samurians cry from... I don't want to like scroll through 16 chapters. Says the fatal psychological reaction to extreme emotional, specifically occurring during birth, death, and when a divine creature known as a Kalian is killed. So a Kalian has not been killed. He's not dying. He's not being birthed. Did this Kalian just die? Or is it because he's experiencing the delayed effect of all the cursed spirits that Yuji just dismantled? So I should make a barrier like that. He's a deadass about to... He's about to make his own domain expansion. Does this technique already exist on Earth? Well, does it? Ka-tink. What is he doing? Because I thought this was the ship. Is this him warping gravity? It's a little unclear to me. I guess he's asking Mahoraga because it's adapting. What kind of adaptation just started? Surely he's not adapting to my cursed energy. No. To my very existence? This is the first time I've met someone quieter than me. But this is also the first time I've met someone I felt like talking to. The question is the question really is right now, will Mahoraga... 8 people in here, thank you. What the fuck? Will Mahoraga actually talk? Is he going to break character, or are they going to break character? Domain expansion. Okay, so he does have domain expansion. He does know what that is. Did he have it already? Did he just create it? Or did he just, like, is this the first time he's opening his domain with a barrier? I have so many questions. Other world between darkness and light. Reverse transcendence. Is this a domain made out of reverse curse technique? Have we ever had that? Oh, yo, Yuji's impressed. Oh, you see the Kalian. Is that a Kalian? You know about them? Wait, when the fuck did Yuji pull up? Yeah, this looks like the top of the ship. Okay. I'm just so confused by the splits here, you know? This looks insane, though. I need to see this animated. I need this entire sequel to be animated. Y'all don't understand. Once Shinjuku Showdown is over, I need the announcement directly at the end of that episode to be like, by the way, short series for Modulo. Movie for Modulo. That should be the movie announcement. I don't give a fuck about a Gojo versus Sukuna movie because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like even WrestleMania, because people like to compare it to, like, it'll be like a crazy fight event. Like, people like to compare it to even WrestleMania has more than one fight on the card. Every sporting event or every martial arts event has more than one fight on the card. Even when it's not even when it's not pay-per-view, when it's Netflix stream, there's more than one fight on the card. Which is why in that video, I'm like, no, you have to argue that the entirety of Shinjuku Showdown is made into a movie. You can't just say, oh, here's 14 chapters. Reze arc was 14 chapters, so you can technically make it a movie. It's like, no, Reze arc is an arc. It's its own fully fleshed out story. It's not just the final battle. Or just the first battle, right? There are character arcs to be had in that. Whereas the Sukuna versus Gojo movie would just be that fight. There's no actual draw. There's an event, which is why I said I can see it being cut up into a movie and then released afterwards, but not initially. Like, it makes no sense. Also, last thing, first, before I continue past this beautiful page, last thing I need to discuss, which is an update on my prediction, my 215 prediction. So, let's see. As time goes on, I realize the idea that we end Culling Game Part 2 on Chapter 215 is becoming less and less likely. And that's because the pacing was holding up at 3.5, 3. It was holding up at 3 for the first 3 episodes. When I initially made this prediction, I believe. I think I made this prediction between episode 2 and 3 or right after episode 3. Since then, sorry, let me, so you can see a little bit better. Since then, we have moved to 5. After 5, people said that the next episode was also 5 chapters. That was bullshit. Or also 4 chapters. It wasn't 4 chapters. Whoever made that video miscounted. There were 3 chapters. The problem was we incorporated 147. Right? And I didn't even want to make this list of pacing because I didn't want to reread the chapters because I like being surprised by things that I don't remember. But I did it anyway because I was like, well, people are saying, no, we're gonna get there. The Maki fight proves it. It's like, no, it's a one-off scenario. I don't see us ever hitting 5 chapters again. Maybe 4.5 at most. But I don't ever see us hitting 5 chapters again. And that was a 29-minute episode, which we're not getting again. Like, again, it doesn't make sense. And that was 148 to 152. As you can see, 147 is skipped. Even with, I think I was spot on with this, where we covered 153 to 155. But we covered it after, right? We covered Yuji meeting Hakari, ended with that, and then we got the Kirara fight. So wait a second. I didn't update this. I didn't update this at all. So just anyone who's joined, we're taking a quick detour to go over the prediction that I made in a video a while ago, which was that we were gonna end at 215. But as you can see here, I like spaced it out, and I was like, let me be generous with the pacing, and just go by like not vibes, but like let's say Maki versus Naoya Part 2. I gave these each 4.5 chapters, because there were 9 chapters, and I'm like, that's a lot. I feel like there's gonna be split up into 3 chapters no matter what. But just all vibes. Let's say that's 4.5, because you still have the training arc in between this. There's no way to just squeeze this into one 9-chapter episode, like one episode into 9 chapters into one episode. It doesn't make any sense. There still has to be a continuation of that fight. So I still gave it the liberty of 4.5. I 4.5 a few of these chapters. That's 6.5 to episode 10. What is it called? Yes. Okay, so here we go. So this episode was 1 chapter. And then this was skipped. Was this skipped? Am I bugging? No, I think I just went back by accident. So 153 and 154. Because this is the second episode. So some of 154, sorry. So 153 and almost 155. And then the next episode was 154 and through 155, 156. That's 3. Right? Am I tripping? Yeah, and then it ends with them with basically right here. Yeah, it was 3, right? Am I tripping? What's going on, anime? One second. Culling Game Part 1. 6 is the entirety of the Kirara fight. Okay, so hold on. This is like 4 chapters in.
お願いします。時間がありません。
Yeah, hold on. We might be able to do this. The fight ends here, and then it ends with Kashimo being introduced. So the entirety of 157, basically. With like two chapters or 2 pages of like 158. Right? Am I tripping, bro? Kashimo gets teased.
そしてはなんだ。
Oh, that's what it was. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. This was 147. Episode 5 was 147. Then, yeah, the build up 148. Sorry, not 148. 153 and then 154. And then like 5, 6, 7, and 8. So maybe 4 chapters. I don't know. I'm too lazy to like actually like go through it because I'm taking too much time. Okay, so maybe we got the 4 chapters here. But this is still like 3. Alright, because it's 1. You know, 158. So the entirety of 158. 157. And then 156. Yeah, because 155 is split. Yes, because one. Okay, so 3.5 for each. For each of these. And that's including 157. Or 147. So 147 doesn't get used here. Sorry, I'm like really in the weed about this. So yeah, Kashima Hiromi intros. We did not get Hiromi's intro. We got just entering the culling game. Alright. Them talking. And then entering the culling game. This is the funniest fucking scene in the world, by the way. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. So 8. $158, sorry. Not 159. Because we haven't seen Hiromi yet, right? So I skipped over 159. I love when anime does this too. They're not just like running through it. They're like, no. So 158. 159. So 159 was like really quick. And 160. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. 158, 160, 161. Those are the 3 right now that we've covered so far in episode 7. Right? And then it ends with the split ahead. With them basically, being led. 60. So 158, 160, 161. And then 162, the entirety? The end of 162. So 4 chapters we got to cover. And then I guess I ended this with 275. So it's actually 4. Ending at 162. Yeah, okay. I'll call it 159 just for simplicity's sake. So they're gonna get their fights later on. So this is just gonna get switched over, the Kashima Hiromi intros. Yeah, I assume Hiromi's intro is gonna be part of like 159. What the fuck was it called? 159. Yeah, 159 is going to be part of the Yuji versus Hiromi. So we'll get this in like episode 8 or 9. But again, I gave 6 chapters to Megumi versus Reggie. That's a long fight. With the inclusion of Takaba. And the only thing I have here is 221 is there's one episode. There's one episode of Breathing Room for us to get to 221 by episode 25. Which means either we don't and we somehow slow down in pacing to get to 215, or this is not a 25 episode season. This is like 26, 27. So mainly I say all of that. I do all of that math to basically say my prediction that Culling Game Part 2 will end in 215, on 215, the Unchained chapter, when Sukuna escapes with Megumi's body. It's cooked if we get to this. Where's my highlighter? It's cooked if we end Sendai by episode 12. Or by the mid-season break, or by the end of part 1. If we end Sendai by then yeah, the prediction is cooked. Does that mean that we somehow now get a Gojo vs Sukuna movie? No. Not at all. I'm pretty sure in the video I made sure to phrase it in a way that, like, I wasn't saying we end at 215, we don't get a fight because we end at 215. I was saying that I don't think we even get, like, aside from this, I think we don't even get to the end of Culling Game within the 2 cores, because I feel like it's better for us to end on 215, which, if you need a reminder of what 215 is, this is 215. This is the end of 215. They're leaving. Now, here's why I thought this is a great way to, like, this is a great cliffhanger, right? We get the what is it called? We get the payoff to Enchain. And then we get Sukuna flying off. The only reason why I no longer think this will happen, aside from the pacing being very close now, is that it's because this will just end exactly how Shibuya ended. This is no different than Kenjaku sealing Gojo and starting the Culling Game and then vanishing into thin air. This would be the second season in a row where the main villain, or one of the main villains, just does Yuji dirty and pieces out. I feel like that'll just be redundant to have that be the ending of 2 consecutive seasons. You know, like if Shibuya ends with hopelessness and Gojo being sealed, it would make a lot more sense thematically for the ending of the next season for Gojo, for the ending of, for this next season's ending to be Gojo's unsealing. In my own little cynical brain, I'm like, well, that kind of makes it weird, because it's like, damn, he was only gone for a season. But also, I think one of the editors or one of the people who works on JJK has said something like, we won't see much of Gojo this season, which I guess would insinuate that he does get released at the end of the season. So, yeah, the only thing is, like, yeah, 215. Also, the pacing, I was giving pacing based off of, when I made this prediction, I was giving pacing based off of the previous arcs. We never really hit more than, like, 3.5 chapters for average arcs pacing, right? You got, the first season was up until 109 or some shit like that. And that was 25 episodes. So that was about it was up to Hidden Inventory, which is, look, this is what I hate about Viz. You see how, like, buttons just stop working? Gotta refresh. This was Hidden Inventory starts in 62. Starts in 63. Starts in 64. Starts in 65. There we go. Hidden Inventory starts in 65, which means, let's do some simple math. 25 or 65 divided by 25? 2 points. There's no shot. JJK season 1 was 25 episodes, right? Yes, I'm using 9 anime because y'all not looking at my Crunchyroll. I'm not getting hit with Crunchyroll because I had the nerve to put their fucking website on. I'd rather take the copyright strike lane with sorry, there's a Fooly Cooly Grunge. Saving that. Season 1 was 24 episodes. So in 24 episodes, they covered 64 chapters. I don't think I showed Jujutsu Kaisen for longer than 30 seconds, so I should be okay. I got a not copyright strike, but like copyright blocked for showing like a minute of a boxing fight. So, yeah, we covered chapters 1 to 64. So that's 2.4, you dead ass? And then Culling Game starts when? 139, 149? 48. I believe it's 148. 138. I'm bugging. So that would have been... I can do this math in my head. Another 65 would have been 130 plus 8. 65 plus 8 is 73? So we got 25, 24, 2.7 versus 73 divided by 25. How much was the next season? $23. Yeah. See, we never got even to that's why I based this 215 prediction off of, which is the fact that we never got past 3.2 chapters in the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen up until this point. So even though we were moving pretty well, and we had just gone through Shibuya, which was an arc of just fights, we never really hit past, I don't even think during the Shibuya chapters, we hit past like 3.5 chapters per episode. So this was based off of the pacing up until this point. So with 80 chapters, Culling Game is like 83 chapters or some shit like that. I was like, damn, it seems like we only get to 78 based off of that pacing, based off of that math. So I got us to 215 by episode 25. But like I said, we've been moving pretty fast. You know, if we hold consistently, I feel like I'm doing stocks. I feel like I'm charting right now. If we hold consistently like 4 chapters per episode, well above 3 chapters or like 3.5 per episode, then I feel like we could get to the end of Sendai by episode 12. The only thing is episode 10 and 11 have to go fast. Megumi versus Reggie isn't long on its own. And maybe you can condense it down to like 1 or 2 episodes or 1 episode because of the way that fight goes on, right? There's not too much exposition as to how Megumi's domain works, but there is enough to drag out the episode. So the thing is, Reggie, it's the Takuba stuff, which I guess can just be pushed to Takuba in just Takuba by himself and leading up to Sendai in episode 11. But yeah, end of Sendai 2.5. I had that at 2.5. I the way that those 2 chapters, like, you know, it's the triple domain expansion by that point. The way that those chapters end, and then with Yuji or Yuta talking to I forget the dude's name with the hair, with the pompadour. I felt like, yeah, this is not going to reach 3 chapters. So, and I have a couple of 2 chapters here, a few 2 chapters here, because I just feel like just based off the vibes, just straight off vibes, based off. I saw the first page and the last page of each chapter, and I was like, okay, this prediction makes sense. But also, yeah, we have some 4.5s and then some 6s. So yeah, again, prediction is cooked if we get to the end of Sendai by episode 12 or by the mid-season break, even if it's episode 13. So long as we end the mid-season break or the first part of Culling Game with the end of Sendai, then I will make another video and be like, I think this prediction might be cooked. Because at that point, the only stretches here are these 3 episodes. You could easily, even if we don't get to the end of Sendai, even then, I still don't think that the theory is 100% true. I still wouldn't even say like, oh my goodness, I was right. I would never make a video if we don't get to the end of Sendai saying, hey, we're definitely going to get to 215 by this point, because again, there are a couple of 2 chapters, 2.5s here that I think can be squeezed. Like if we only need like 1 episode to wrap off Sendai and then go into Hakari versus Charles, then I feel like we could do that within the same episode, you know? And all we need to really do is cut 1 episode. And also, again, there's no certainty that we only get 24 or 25 episodes this season. We could get 26 just because of the nature of, or how many chapters there need to be covered. But it's also possible that we just cut some shit. Like random bullshit plus Sumiki. I put random bullshit not because it's cut worthy, but because it's just a bunch of different things happening. And then like the angel stuff, yeah, like that doesn't have to be 1 chapter. That could be squeezed into like Choso versus Kenjaku. You know, there's different things. But yeah, this is my only marker here. All right, let's finish this episode, this chapter, and then wrap it up. Domain expansion, other world between darkness and light, reverse transcendence. Oh, I thought this was Yuji watching from afar and being like, yo, this shit fire. Is that a Kalian? You know about them? Toto's pretty much filled me in on everything. Oh, Toto was the representative. He's a funny guy who got Vibra slap instead of who's got a Vibra slap instead of a left hand. This is the longest lived Kalian worshipped by the Remelians on board the ship. It definitely does resemble a cursed spirit. So, why'd you ask me to come here? My curse technique thought you would be appropriate. For what? I want to use Tsurugi and Yuka's grandfather's cursed energy. With the mole, which compromises or compresses Nuanax, along with my cursed technique and his cursed technique, to bring harmony to the Earthlings and the Simurians. But I can't just start the process on my own. Yuji Itadori, you will arbitrate for harmony, and Earth's representative, and its witness. Harmony, huh? What's that mean to you specifically? I want to create a world where cursed spirits are never born. That was a lifelong wish of someone of my big brothers was indebted to. Of someone of my big brothers was indebted to. Big brother was indebted to. My big brother, is he talking about Toto? He has to be talking about Toto. He can't be talking about Geto, because he would have said my sensei's boyfriend. My big brother being either Toto or Choso. I don't think Choso was indebted to anyone but Yuji. And so it has to be Toto. Toto, he's talking about Yuki here. Tsumiki? I forget. The blonde chick. The Jennifer Lawrence. Let's do it. Thanks. Let's go see him first. He was also chosen by my curse technique as a key to harmony, just like you. Apparently, this is a place where all the souls of people on Earth cross through. He lives here. Ha ha ha, man, seeing you really takes me back. No! No way. How? Apparently, this is a place where all the souls of people on Earth cross through. He lives here. Itadori Yuji. What took you so long? I've been waiting. I mean, I had to wait until you were dead to see you again. That took ages. What does he mean until you were dead to see you again? So? How'd you Wait. You're not dead at all, are you? I was just summoned here. Okay. So he thinks that he might have been like reincarnated by Maru or something like that. Oh, he's so shook. He went from smiling to like, fuck my life right now. He looks like something here. There's another anime that has the same exact depiction. I think it might be what's the groomer's name from Hunter x Hunter? Not Hisoka, the other one. Palm. There's a part where she like looks crazy. No, this isn't it. No, that's not it. There's another character who has the same exact face, like with the one eye poking out and the weird, like, disheveled hair. I think it might have been My Hero. It might have been My Hero. I'll remember it if I edit this video. If I come across it, then I'll make a reel out of it or something. Okay, what? But why? I've been waiting all this time. Oh, he's in the in-between realm. So that's why. He doesn't think that Yuji's been killed. This is just, they literally have a room where the souls of all living beings or whatever on Earth pass through. Like, they just have access to that. To the in-between realm. And since Mahito exists here indefinitely, he's in here. And he can't escape for whatever reason. And so that's why he thinks Yuji's dead. Because he's like, you're here, so you must be dead. Let's begin. I get the gist of what you want to do and how to do it. They're basically trying to do what they did with the Culling game, but just to evaporate all curses. You want to use the spaceship's mole and Okotsu's cursed energy to boost this one's cursed technique, which can manipulate souls. Then you'll adjust the forms of Japanese souls so that cursed spirits aren't born from them. But can you really do it? If you allow it, why does he need to allow it? Just so you know, this guy's not really the obedient type. Obviously, he'll need to be subdued. Subdue him, huh? Want me to do it? Nah, I can do it. Nah, I win. I'm just worried I might accidentally kill him. Can't use him if we get rid of him, right? This is the pathway of souls. No one except us has physical forms. So wreak all the havoc you want. Battle here doesn't end in death, but in defeat and enslavement. Holy shit, what a condition. And Yuji's face is blacked out here. He's looking at him like, you know I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Like, I'm going to have my way with you. I told you before, I'm gonna kill you every time you respawn. And this is gonna be another one of those times, because I live indefinitely. Like, I don't age, so I'll be here every time to do it. And right now gets to be the second time I do it, since the first time. He's looking at him like, you know, you about to get worked. You know, I'm about to play around with you, right? You know, I'm about to let you try everything, just to defeat, not to defeat you physically, but just to tear away at your own soul. Did you hear that? You in or what? Yuji is fucking nuts, bro. I love this. Whenever Yuji snapped in Shibuya, I was probably a huge fan of him talking his shit. Not because he's like emo or whatever, because he's like, oh, I know how powerful I am now. I'm gonna fuck you up in every time you reincarnate. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna be there to fuck you up. I'm gonna make sure of it. I didn't realize that he meant that because he's a death womb or a death painting. So he has indefinite, what is it called? Youth or whatever. I thought he just meant like, I will be there to reincarnate and to beat you every time. Like, my soul and your soul will forever be intertwined. I'll be there. Might come in a different form. No, he did not mean it in a different way. He meant, I'm going to be around forever. So, GG's forever. GG, yes, re. Mahito tries. You got Yuji taking the back step. Quit running your damn mouth like you already won. It's Shibuya. If you've both got a physical form here, then you'll die if I kill you. I'm the one who's going to be wreaking havoc. Idle transfiguration. He tries to hit him with the Chibaku Tensei? Are you fucking kidding me? This entire place is built from matter, almost identical to the soul itself. That means I can target everything here with my curse technique. Let's see how young you look when I'm through with you. Domain splat? He splatted his domain expansion? Did he just fucking Eisen his domain expansion? Just now you feel like number one, music stops. Domain expansion, nope. This is the most, sorry, you can't see it on screen. This is the most disrespectful thing I have seen in this entire series. Because usually people are like talking their shit in this series when they're about to disrespect someone and like it doesn't work out. But like the degree of disrespect, this is on par. This beats Gojo sitting in Jogo's domain and be like, here, Yuji. It's crazy, ain't it? All right, now let me show you what a real domain expansion looks like. And then he activates his and completely does away with Jogo's domain and then rips his head off or whatever, but doesn't kill him. Which is hilarious considering that this is a callback to that moment because Yuji was there to experience that moment. Like Yuji's giving us all of the Yuji's giving us all the fan service here. Yuji is a perfect what do you call it? He's a perfect, not arbiter. He's a perfect vessel for that, which is weird to say considering who Yuji is. Yuji is a perfect vessel for that, but like it gets so meta because not just because Yuji was a vessel for Sukuna, so like me calling him a vessel is not just one degree of it. It's just it gets meta because dude's name is Yuji. So the artist is also a vessel for it. Like, oh my goodness. If it to anyone who ever said that Akutami was a bad writer because of how he like chose to write a couple of women, I think it was the main thing here, because of how he handled Kugisaki. Like, I want you to look at how well he's handling the meta references in this, and say that shit again, because you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. You're talking about the dude who wrote curse technique battles to such a degree that he was able to write Gojo versus Sukuna while making it feel real and giving us the height of Jujutsu sorcery or Jujutsu battle or Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess. How that would look between two masters of their techniques, making it a nice back and forth and equal bout and ending that fight in a way that it had to be like a blindside attack. Someone had to get caught off guard for that to be an ending. The same way that we see most One Piece fights end, which is like, it's a moment of weakness. We see Oden versus Kaido, a moment of weakness. I guess Ace dying, a moment of weakness. Like, it has to be a lapse in judgment. It has to be, you have to win a fight by a mistake for, someone has to make a mistake for two top of the game, top tier sorcerers to end a fight. Otherwise, it just becomes who runs out of cursed energy or whatever first. Like that's the only other way. But this is beautiful. This is a page with words, and it is the coolest thing I think I've seen in this entire spin-off. And again, it's a page with words, and it's the coolest thing, and that's no Hunter x Hunter shade. This is just so fire. Splat. Domain expansion splat. It's gonna break the fourth wall here. You're not getting your domain expansion off. Sorry. You don't, not because I overpowered it in my domain. You're not gonna get any fingers. And then you're removing, it gets so fucking meta. He just removed 20 fingers to do that. You stopped Idol Transfiguration, Idol Death Camp, what the fuck is it called? You stopped his domain expansion from happening by removing 20 fingers. Does brother, Sukuna's previous vessel just removed 20 fingers from someone. Well, I guess he didn't remove these fingers. He removed the tongue which controlled these fingers. What is happening? What is happening? And then he cuts everything in Shibuya. Literally dices it up. Which is, I assume, the way that Sukuna was planning on dicing up Gojo in 230. And then leaves a nice little space open so you can see him. Look at me while I'm fucking you up. What's it called? What was it? Was the grind time thing? Look at me while I'm cooking you. Like, oh my god, this is so good. What a way to show off Yuji's power. Damn. Were you always this weak? Were you always this weak? Yo, he be talking his shit. What does he do? He just pushes his little face? Sorry, but we're gonna use you now. Yo. And I think Maru, more than I look at Maru right here, is like, he kind of looks like Yuji in the beginning of the series. Not in the beginning of the series, actually. Maybe Yuji around Shibuya arc. What is this? What is it? Nothing. Are these souls? Just a little concerned that he messed with my friends who have passed on. There's no need to worry. Normally, souls can't interfere with each other to that extent here. Yeah, but that's what his curse technique does. That's why we need him. He doesn't have that much cursed energy left. He just regained his power temporarily due to the influence of my own curse technique. That's all. Oh my god, he's looking at his friends. Who's he got here? He's got Nanami. He's got Megumi. He's got Yuta. Choso. Gojo. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone. There has to be someone else. JJK characters. I'm definitely forgetting someone. Inumaki?
I'm so sorry, honey.
Yeah, it's either Inumaki or Junpei. I don't think Junpei. Yeah, I don't think it would be Junpei. So we got Gojo. Who else the fuck did I say? Choso. Yuta. Gojo, Yuta, Choso, Megumi, Nanami. Yeah, and then this got to be Inumaki. All right, these are all the characters. Definitely is not about to be Mei Mei. Unless maybe it's Hakari. Nah, he hasn't gotten cool enough with Hakari. That's all these people here. I just named them all. Just a little concerned that he missed my friends. Okay, so you gave me the information I'll need from this point forward. I just want some final confirmation. Oh, it's a cute little basket that he's made. About the Earth Kallians, the cursed spirits. Cursed spirits are formed from an accumulation of cursed energy that leaks out of humans. I don't know why I said accumulation like that. And this phenomenon occurs almost exclusively in Japan. So to create a world where cursed spirits are no longer born, we can eliminate cursed energy from the Japanese, or turn the Japanese into sorcerers. Those are our only options. Oh, it is a nice little callback to a previous conversation. That's good. He didn't like add on to the conversation yet. He was just kind of like, let me break down, let me catch you up as to what hidden inventory was about. The logic of option 2 is that sorcerer's cursed energy circulates efficiently within the body. And using cursed techniques... Oh, this is in addition to the conversation. And using the cursed techniques consumes the cursed energy, which will result in extremely little leakage, correct? Yup. Did he already learn the concepts of Tsukumo's secret notebook? That's handy. But I don't think option 2 can work. Damage caused by cursed spirits would just be replaced by damage from cursed users. And as for option 1, wouldn't we just end up creating more physically gifted people like Tsurugi? It's equally possible that people who, like him, would be evil too. Yeah, but that only manifests in those born with insanely powerful innate techniques or cursed energy. That's true. Then we'll proceed with option 1, eliminating cursed energy from both the Japanese and Sumerians. This is crazy. I didn't realize this sequel was going to be like, we're going to save the world now. I thought the sequel was just going to be like, yo, we have an existential threat. Let's see some Yuji flex. And we did get the Yuji flex on an old face. Oh my god, I love this so much. But now we're getting an extension, and we're getting to save the world. And Yuji's helping save the world. Yuji's pairing up with an alien to save the world. I love how this is working out. Like, he didn't just save the world from aliens. Him and an alien saved the world itself. To create a world where cursed energy. Does that mean they're going to also eliminate cursed energy from, the Samaria, right? Yeah, from eliminating cursed energy from both the Japanese and Sumerians. Cursed spirits aren't born from Sumerians in the first place, right? Yes, but if we only eliminate cursed energy from Earthlings, it'll just create new conflict later. Ah, good point. I feel like Yuji knew that. He was just testing. It's kind of weird to ask you this after we've been talking for so long, but oh, I'm sorry. My name's Modulu. What are your thoughts on what we're about to do? Damn, Yuji, speaking like a true MC. How you doing? Tell me about what you think about what's about to happen right now. Because you seem unfazed by the fact that I just killed the fuck out of this guy. For me, it's atonement. We caused lots of trouble for Earth. So at the very least, I want everyone to think us meeting made the world a better place. Sorry. Listen, I'm not denying how you feel. I don't mean to invalidate your feelings here. And how parts of it are correct. But what we're about to do is a huge sin. Okay, Yuji? Yuji has slick back hair now? Is he a piece of shit? Is he a real piece of shit? No one's gonna get that reference. Damn. In exchange for safety, we're taking away all kinds of possibilities from the future. For example, the research into using cursed energy as a new power source has been stalled. The arrival of aliens should have rapidly pushed that progress forward. Hundreds of years from now, resources might run dry and leave cursed energy the only thing for us to rely on. But we'd be taking that possibility away. Most of all, we'd be tampering with the people's bodies without their consent. So clearly, Yuji did not fuck with Wee Wee or Mei Mei this entire time. He stood all the way the fuck away from that situation, if he cares about consent. W Yuji. That's nothing to be proud of. Then what should we do? Despite all that, I'll do it. Because he's like, yeah, I don't mind if the world ends eventually. Like, fuck it. Resources run dry. Maybe it's on us to find a new place to go, right? If we really care about survival, or to just accept our fate. But damn, Yuji, way to be insightful. I mean, he is in like his 80s at this point, right? Are you sure it's okay? Hell no. But I'm going to do it anyway. Why? Because I think it's the right thing to do. Most of all, it seems like I'm still going to... Oh, damn, I just gave him all that props for caring about consent. He's like, I actually don't care about consent because I have my own morals. So maybe he did hang out with Mei Mei. Most of all, it seems like I'm still going to live for another 300 years or so. So I want to do everything I can while I'm here. And I can accept any punishment if it comes to that. So 300 years. Oh, but you know what? If he lives for 300 years and cursed energy no longer exists, then he could just be a nice little monk, experience the end of the world. Hello, Everignon. How you doing? How you doing, Chance? Hey, he's like, I guess I'll hang around or whatever. I'll see it through. I'll try to help the advancements in other ways, I guess. Oh, I wonder, it's a great question. He's asking a lot of great questions here that I'm not even thinking about. I'm not even, as if that's a barometer for what do you call it? Intelligence. I wonder if I still won't age even without cursed energy. We won't interfere with the souls of current Jujutsu sorcerers and Sumerians. I want to limit it to non-sorcerers and people who will be born in the future. Oh my god, are they doing the Attack on Titan euthanization plan right now? Otherwise, there will be people whose lives are suddenly changed forever because of this. That's true. The cursed spirits are next then. Yeah, the cursed spirits that exist now are... No, that's not what I meant. Even if you eliminate cursed energy from the Japanese, cursed spirits will probably still be born. Huh? That's where we're ending? Okay, what a cliffhanger to end in the middle of the conversation, huh? Yeah, Hunt is me, exactly. There's always a conversation going on between the author and its readers. It's like, Yuji is the author, Madu is the readers. Yo, that's so fire. And then we're done. And then tomorrow, either tomorrow night or Friday morning, we get to read chapter 22. That's awesome. Or 23, sorry. We get to read chapter 23. Oh, that's so cool. All right, and it's 10 o'clock. I'm done. That was beautiful, beautiful chapters. I'm not gonna really talk about them too much. I want to spend some time with my lady before she leaves. But this is a phenomenal run. A phenomenal run. I still don't know how Yuka's gonna... I guess she just doesn't die because the ritual ends? I don't understand how Yuka lives after this. I don't know if Tsurugi's even dead at this point. But at some point, that has to be answered. Cursed spirits will probably still be born. Yeah, I will ponder on what that means, and I'll go watch people's like explanations for this and like delve into Reddit and see what they're saying, and then maybe make a reel about it with my response to it tomorrow. But I'm heavily focused on like making edits from what I did yesterday and like the week before. So maybe you don't see anything on me until like Saturday or Sunday on this topic specifically, especially since the chapter's coming out, right? So we'll get, by the time I would even think to cut up a video giving my take on this conversation. The leaks are already out, so you can't trust anything. I don't read leaks. I just read the chapter scans, which you can call leaks, but like I don't read like the detailed like the written leaks, right? Like here is the list of spoilers. Here's the list of events that happen in this chapter. It's just mad boring to me. I'd rather read what TCB does. Wait the 1 or 2 days from Tuesday to Thursday for that to happen. Even another extra day from Tuesday to Friday, because I know the leaks come out normally on like Tuesdays or whatever. So, or the spoilers. Sorry. Yeah. So you can't even trust me. I say I don't read it, or I say I don't like read the text spoilers, which I don't. But considering that they're probably already out, if I try to give my take on like what this conversation is, I wouldn't expect anyone who does not know me or any random person who would see that video on the internet to expect that I'm just like, you know, not just reading off of the spoilers. So yeah, I'll wait till chapter 23 drops. We'll read it, and then I'll give my take then. But in the meantime, I will see what Reddit was talking about in like the past week or so. Like when this dropped, I'll look at conversations on Reddit from the 15th and like the 16th, and then we'll see. All right, it's been real. Hold on one second. It has been real. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate y'all. 2.5 hours, not too bad. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Either tomorrow when the chapter 23 drops, or the next day if it drops a little bit late. You know, I'll be up late, so if it drops late, we'll just do a really late night stream, and then I'll try to get myself out there with like a nice prime, concise reaction, and then that way I can upload that video as like right away, and then have like a review or a review portion of it after I read the chapter and react to it. And that way we can kind of just, you know, have something on the channel that isn't just a live stream.